How surprised would you be if we told you that Grogu is probably one of the most powerful Force wielders in the galaxy? Yes, the cute, frog-eating, and helpless Baby Yoda has the potential to evolve into the most powerful character in Star Wars lore. Even more powerful than Master Yoda himself. Unbelievable, right? Welcome to Star Wars Deconstructed. Whether you're a Sith, Jedi, or somewhere in between, join us as we venture deep into the hidden depths of Grogu's Force powers. It is an open secret that Grogu, also known as the Child, is one of the cutest characters in The Mandalorian and the Star Wars universe. Since his introduction in the Star Wars spin-off series, The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, Grogu has endeared himself to millions of fans and viewers with his large, luminous eyes and expressive ears. I mean, I can't lie, we're a sucker for those eyes too. His green complexion and small, stocky build all enhance the natural cuteness that has endeared him to the audiences. But how much do you know about the Child outside of the cuteness and the endearment? Well, he belongs to a mysterious and rarely seen species in the Star Wars universe. This species is the same as the renowned Jedi Master Yoda, who played a significant role in the Star Wars saga. The species is unknown and does not have an official name, but is often referred to as Yoda's species. The little we know about this species is its longevity, as members can live for several centuries, and the fact they have strong connections to the Force. In the Star Wars series The Mandalorian, Grogu is introduced as a young member of Yoda's species. Grogu is approximately 50 years old, which, considering his species' lifespans, means he's basically a child. Master Yoda lived for almost 1,000 years. While he was introduced as a helpless toddler at the beginning of the series, he rapidly becomes a central character in the story and is sought after by various factions due to his rare abilities, some of which were showcased in the first and second seasons of the series. In these instances, it was evident that he doesn't have total control over his powers and innate abilities, which is expected, seeing that he's not undergone any form of Jedi training. But the fact that he still is able to perform these feats without any prior training and without trying too hard shows that he is a naturally gifted user of the Force. At the start, Baby Yoda was restricted to only using his powers for levitating instead of fighting and helping in battle, again having never received proper Jedi training. One such instance occurred in Chapter 2, when he used his powers to levitate and move a giant mudhorn. By the end of the second season, Luke Skywalker takes Grogu under his wing and imbues him with the discipline necessary to harness his powers, most of which take place in the Book of Boba Fett. As Grogu trains with Luke, his powers grow, and by the end of their time together, Grogu has more control over the Force. This is proven when he subdues Boba's malicious rancor, and then promptly takes a nap. There's other instances as well throughout the series that prove Grogu is very powerful for his age. For instance, when he breaks out the big guns and defends Mando from Cara Dune in a friendly arm wrestle using a Force choke, or in Season 2, when the Empire kidnaps him and he defends himself against two stormtroopers, using his powers to effortlessly Force choke them and throw them about like ragdolls. The most astonishing power that Grogu possesses is that he can Force heal, which is a rare ability that raises even more questions about his powers. If you're on any Star Wars fandom forum or community, you already know that Grogu's extraordinary potential is a subject of speculation and excitement among fans. While his true capabilities are still largely unknown, several theories and instances from The Mandalorian and other official Star Wars sources hint at his immense power. Let's explore some of these theories that seem to compare Grogu to other known powerful Force users. To start with, there's the possible connection between Baby Yoda and Yoda. Given that Grogu belongs to the same species as the legendary Jedi Master Yoda, it's reasonable to assume that he has a similar potential for power in the Force. Yoda was renowned for his exceptional skills and wisdom, making him one of the most powerful Jedi in history. Grogu seems to possess a natural inclination towards Force sensitivity and mastery, suggesting that he could potentially rival the Grand Master in terms of power. Another possible theory is the connection between Grogu and Anakin Skywalker, or Darth Vader. The theory suggests Grogu's extraordinary Force abilities could be attributed to his connection to Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One, who eventually became Darth Vader. Most fans want to know if Grogu is more powerful than Anakin. The truth is, without knowing his M count, there's no way to be certain. The M count, which stands for the midi-chlorian count, is the measure of one's connection to the Force. And while Master Yoda's count was 18,000, Baby Yoda's count was never mentioned, but there's more than enough evidence that his count would be also very high. A case in point is his ability to force choke 2 stormtroopers simultaneously, which is a feat not previously accomplished, even by Darth Vader himself. However, more than knowing who is more powerful between the two, an interesting theory would suggest that Grogu and Darth Vader are more closely related than you think. Remember that Grogu can heal using the power of the Force, and the book Star Wars: Secrets of the Sith recently revealed that only members of a Force dyad can Force heal, which means Grogu is one half of a Force dyad, the other half very likely being Anakin Skywalker. Why? Anakin Skywalker and Grogu were born in the same year, and Anakin's birth would have prompted Grogu's birth to balance out his eventual dark side. Brilliant, right? Also, remember that the general rule of a Force dyad is it can only exist with a light and a dark side. An example that rapidly comes to mind is Kylo Ren and Rey. It's said in a Force dyad that the powers mirror and amplify one another, which could mean that Grogu is at the very least of equal strength to Anakin Skywalker. Grogu's vulnerability and young age make him susceptible to the influences of the dark side. Multiple instances in The Mandalorian hint at the potential struggle within him. His display of Force choking in Season 2, Episode 2, showcases a brief lapse towards the dark side. This raises questions about Grogu's journey and the challenges he may face in maintaining his alignment with the light side of the Force. However, in the Book of Boba Fett, we see Luke Skywalker offering Grogu a choice between Mandalorian armor or a lightsaber, making it clear that he can only choose one, and whichever he chooses will determine his path forward, to either return home or become Luke's first student at his fledgling Jedi Academy. It's later revealed that Grogu chose the armor and returned to Mando, effectively turning away from his path of the Jedi. If the child were to train with Luke Skywalker, notoriously known as one of the most powerful Jedi of all time, he would no doubt make a powerful Jedi like his predecessor Grand Master Yoda. The progress he made with Luke in the Book of Boba Fett has already proven useful in helping him hone his powers. Having said that, the path of the Jedi does not seem to be in the cards for Grogu in the immediate future. Keep in mind, Baby Yoda is a mere 50 years old, which means he has a lifetime ahead of him to find his path, pursue Jedi training, and realize his full potential. It'd be great to see Grogu revisit Jedi training at some point in the series, and we look forward to the day when he does, as the only way to hone his skills in the Force is to train with an experienced master. You know, we said that Grogu could be even more powerful than Grandmaster Yoda? Well, the possible connection to Anakin Skywalker that Grogu shares is one reason. Remember that Master Yoda was only outmatched by the might of the Chosen One, who's Anakin Skywalker. So, if Grogu shares an equal but different power with Anakin, does it not mean that he could also outmatch Grandmaster Yoda? But hey, Yoda was the greatest master of all time, so whether or not this theory works really remains to be seen. Also, we believe that Grogu has the power to make a connection with the Mythosaur, as we saw towards the end of The Mandalorian, an ability that Master Yoda did not have. He used the Force technique known as Animal Bond or Beast Control, and followed in the footsteps of powerful practitioners such as Luke Skywalker, Darth Bane, and Jason Solo. But unlike these characters, Baby Yoda has a natural right to the Mythosaur, as he is now a Mandalorian apprentice. So there you have it, the potential of Grogu to become one of the most powerful Force wielders in the galaxy. Where do you think the child will end up with regard to his power at the end of his story? Do let us know in the comments section if you enjoyed the video. Like it, subscribe, and watch the next one.